Well, one of the widows of the 9 Ogoni men killed by the Nigerian military government in 1995 is accusing oil giant Shell of alleged complicity in the unlawful arrest, detention and execution of her husband and 8 others. Kiobel, who has been pursuing the case against Shell for about 20 years, reopened the suit today in the Netherlands, claiming that Shell has questions to answer. Well, Kiobel and global security watchdog Amnesty International are accusing the oil giant of dodging accountability for the deaths, violating the fair trial of the Ogoni 9 and denying them their right to life. The 9 Ogoni men were convicted and sentenced to death in October 1995 after being accused of complicity in the murder of 4 Ogoni chiefs, amongst others. The Amnesty International has described Ken Sariwa and Baronem Kiobel as prisoners of conscience, detained and ultimately killed for their peacefully held views. Well, Bakassi returnees camping at St. Mark's Nursery and Primary School in Accuse local government area of Cross River State are protesting allegations against Senator Florence Itagiwa. This is over the diversion of relief materials. They call for caution in maligning the reputation of a woman they call mother. The protesters also allege that the last protest against the Bakassi leader was carried out by fake protesters.
It's been more than 4 years since these Bakassi returnees, who are in their thousands, have been camped at the St. Mark's Nursery and Primary School premises. A large number of them have taken to the streets to condemn what they describe as false allegations against Senator Florence Itagiwa after she was accused of diverting relief materials meant for them.
Seems she had never touched a relief material meant for a political camp and diverted. No cause for alarm. We don't hold her responsible. She had been a mother. She a caring mother.
One of the camp leaders also alleges that the last protest against the senator was financially motivated.
They didn't tell us that they want to do some like a press conference or protest. When they came down, they just told me as a leader that I should organize my people, that a visitor or governor is coming to Darawa camp to bring the relief material. Before we know, they started, even those people who have been holding the placard, I'm telling you the truth, are not the real returnees of that camp, as far as I'm concerned.
The protesters are some of the Bakassi returnees evicted from their ancestral homes by the Cameroonian gendarmes, and since 2013, their appeal to be resettled at Dayspring Island by the federal government has been fruitless.
That's why we claim, that's why it's very suitable for our lifestyle, it's suitable for our source of income, and that's where people want to live. So why are they trampling on people? Why are they saying that they should not go there? Why did they even relieve material to bring Dayspring matter in? Why did they leave relief material to say that I should go, that I don't come from Cross River State?
Meanwhile, the living condition at this camp is appalling.
Yeah, it's too much cold. It's catching me with my baby. We're feeling too much cold. Even now, I'm not fine. I'm not feeling fine. My baby too is not feeling fine. Even where we are sleeping.
While they wait to be relocated, the IDPs say they need to feel the impact of donations from government agencies and other Nigerians, as only they suffer the endless wait for relief materials that sometimes never make it to their camp.
All right, now let's join Linda Kigwe, who has more stories from our Abuja studios. Take it away, Linda.
Hello, Millicent. Now, the presidency is insisting that the presidential jet code, named NAF 001, will remain at the service of President Muhammadu Buhari in the UK in the interest of national security and diplomacy. Mr. Shehu was reacting to comments by some Nigerians who have been asking questions on the reasons why the presidential jet, which is presently not in use in the UK, is incurring debts for the country. He says, and I quote, "There is no world leader who travels abroad and is left without plans for immediate return or possible evacuation," end of quote. According to him, the armed forces, represented by the Nigeria Air Force, will not abandon their commander-in-chief in whichever circumstance he is in. Reacting to the amount spent on parking the presidential jet in the UK airport, Mr. Shehu says aircraft conveying heads of state all over the world usually enjoy waivers, even where payments for parking are differentiated by aircraft categories. Governor Rochas Okorocha of Imo State has been responding to the calls for the resignation of President Muhammadu Buhari by Governor Ayodele Fayose of Ekiti State. Speaking to State House correspondents, Governor Okorocha says the statement by Governor Ayodele Fayose over the health of the president is capable of heating up the polity and creating confusion in the system. He insists such statements are baseless and should be disregarded.
In our culture and tradition, we do not play politics with people's life. And anybody can be sick, anybody can be in the hospital. And so he's making such categorical statement, which is unfounded, that Mr. President is on life support. It's at the best of my knowledge a statement of hate. And that is a cheap talk, and Nigeria should not regard it. What we should do right now is to pray for Mr. President and wish him well. Anybody can be sick, even as he's sick there. Many people have been sick also in Nigeria. So we should not particularize this and play politics with people's lives. And he tries to create hate and create confusion in the system. So I think that has become the Fayose's style of talk, and Nigerians must never take those talks serious, because it's capable of creating confusion in the system. Moreover, the country is stable. The acting president is doing a beautiful job. He's meeting up the daily duties of a president. So there's really no vacuum. There's no cause for alarm. We must, at this point, give every support to the acting president, and we're hoping that very soon Mr. President will come back and join us.
Leaders of the All Progressives Congress APC have been reacting to the nationwide agitation for the restructuring of the country's democracy. The chairman of the party, Chief John Oyegun, and the governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, say the agitation is timely but will require careful deliberation and consideration. Chief Oyegun and Malam El-Rufai were speaking on Channels Television's flagship program, Sunrise Daily.
If you ask a Nigerian youth today, will he say his number one preference is restructuring, or will he say his number one preference is a job, food on the table, economic prospects, restoration of hope in his future? Will restructuring will it be the panacea that will solve that problem? So that is the issue, the challenge that we are confronted with as the APC. What is our priority at this stage? Is the nature, the temper of the economy such that we can now embark on that very complicated issue? It is complicated. It is contentious. And a lot of people talk about it without any commonality. We have stated clearly what we want to do: devolution. True federalism. We really avoided the word restructuring because it means so many things to so many people.
President Buhari and acting President Osinbajo's government has taken very concrete steps rather than rhetoric to actually move in that direction, and we are going to move in that direction. But we do not believe that the basis for it is rhetoric and opportunism. We do not believe that the 2014 Confab report is a sensible basis to even begin. And this is why my brother, Minister Lai Mohammed, did what he did. Look, we all know the circumstances in which the so-called Confab was put together. We all know the composition, how lopsided it was, how important stakeholders were not taken into account, how even the composition and numbers do not reflect the demographics and the diversity of this country. And we took a position as a party even then not to participate, but encourage our state governors at the level of the state government to be there at the table.
The United Progressive Party is asking the federal government to put in place structures that will allow for the practice of true federalism in the country. This is the consensus of the party at its national convention, which held today in Awka, Anambra State, ahead of the 2019 general elections. The United Progressive Party, one of the registered national political parties, has been around for some time, although some of its members have not won key national offices. This convention of the party holding in Awka is to strategize on how to become stronger ahead of the 2019 general elections. The national chairman of the party uses the forum to clamour for the practice of true federalism.
Nigeria is in dire need of genuine change. There is no party in Nigeria today that has in its manifesto a provision for referendum. It's only UPP.
One after the other, party members prefer more solutions on how to address the challenges threatening the unity of Nigeria.
We want a Nigeria that is built on justice, a Nigeria that is built on equity, a Nigeria that is built on fairness.
The convention committee chairman of the party explains their new vision.
UPP is founded to promote the best democratic ideals and traditions, strict practice of international political democracy, acceptability, uphold citizenship rights, equality, justice, fair play, among other international best practices.
This convention of the party is holding less than 5 months to the Anambra governorship election, and the UPP is one of the political parties expected to field candidates for the exercise. Their performance certainly will situate the strength of the UPP in southeast Nigeria and, of course, in the entire country.